Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Heroes of the Storm, to Nexus Gaming Series specifically. I'm going to be your caster this evening. My name is Bahamut. We have the members of ProBUs versus Team E-Lite. I actually asked them beforehand. I thought it was Elite and it was just some weird spelling, and they were like, no, it's short for E-Lite. And I was like, all right, well, that's fair. Perfect on you for letting me know about that one right there. But this is going to be a Division D East matchup, and this will be our first of two best of threes this evening. We might push into a third. It really just depends on timing. Also, good to see you all in chat. How are you all doing this evening? I hope you're having a wonderful day, as we are going to go ahead and check out our maps and figure out how we got to Tomb the Spider Queen. Excuse me. The home team this evening is going to be ProBUs. They lost the coin flip, giving the choice of first pick or map pick over to the side of Team E-Lite. They're going to opt for map pick priority, banning out Brax's Holdout and Cursed Hollow. The opposing side got rid of Dragonshire and Sky Temple, and Tomb of the Spider Queen will be our first map chosen by the members of Team E-Lite. And let's get back into our draft and check out what these teams are going to be going into for our first few picks. We have an Ana Sonya ban to start things out on the left-hand side. We have an Anduin Raynor going to be banned out on the right. Joanna will start this out on the left-hand side for us, and I honestly got to say, to start it out with a Joanna works pretty well for them. That's going to be strong for the rotations between top and mid to be able to group up minions, allows you to clear lanes a lot faster if you do some sort of mage like a Jaina, Kael'thas, Gul'dan here and there, but feels like he might be on the little bit of a weaker side here and there when it comes to a map like this, just because of the fact that his scaling really pops off after he finishes Echo Corruption at level 1. You can go Fel Pursuit of Flame, which I have seen a lot of people do, or maybe no, I think it's Fel Infusion, I think is the level 1, where you do get the extended range on your Q, which at that point is just clearing faster, and also you just have more poke out to the enemy team, but the echoed corruption value can really shred through some health pools with that damage over time. But speaking of, we have the Malfurion Lunar on the right, and then they're going to grab the Sylvanas and the Stukov on the left hand side. So they have push power through the Sylvanas. They've also got some zoning with the Stukov as well. Strong core so far coming out from the members of ProBUs, as Team E-Lite are going to be in the ban phase here. The opposing side needs some sort of wave clear as well as a solo lane. I would say something like a Kael'thas Jaina would be the priority, whatever they plan on not going for, and that's exactly going to be the case here. The question I have, though, is will they consider banning out a Jaina here? Because Jaina with Malfurion can be really devastating. You have a root, then she can get some burst on top of that. Later in the game, if she does go into the, I believe it's no. I was going to say Northern Exposure, but I can't remember the name of the 16 talent, which you actually get the root for 1 second. So that would allow you to have a lot more chase potential off of your cone, and then you can just use Malfurion's entangling roots underneath that as well. But it's going to be an Alarak that they're going to get rid of, maybe thinking that they could potentially pick up said Jaina for themselves. But if you're going to be grabbing it, you need to be doing it here on the side of Team E-Lite. Who's this guy? I don't think has seen this bearded man in my life. Really? Really, Kaleo? Never ever? They're going to go for a different frosty mage here, and that's going to be Kel'Thuzad. I always love a good Kel'Thuzad game because it's just fun to watch them chain people up and, well, just stack and scale throughout the entire game. We are going to be getting last two picks coming out from the members of ProBUs. This here, me personally, if I'm in the draft seat here, I'm looking at going into a Jaina, and then you don't know what the solo lane's going to be, but a Blaze would be really strong. And I like this a lot. This is exactly what I'd be doing on my end. It's a very strong core draft. It offers you a lot in CC, in escape, and in engage, in disengage. There's a lot to do. I need half a beard to do that. I don't know what, but that's apparently what's happening in draft chat right behind there. We be probe. I wish Zool rules. What's up, Ripper Hots? How you doing, friend? Thanks for coming by. Good to see everyone. Last pick, they're going to be coming out. This will be a solo lane to Blaze. They could actually think about a Maltheo, but Leoric is not a bad idea either. Percentage-based damage into something like a Blaze can really dominate the lane. We'll have to keep an eye on that one as the game does progress, but this is going to be your game 1, match 1 draft, and I gotta say, I like this a lot from both sides. Really, really good tools from both teams to be able to wave clear, as well. Actually, you know what? The wave clear is I wouldn't say it's lower on the side for Team E-Lite, but I would say that they definitely have a faster wave clear coming out from ProBUs, and I think that's mostly due to the fact that they have that Joanna as well as the Jaina on top of that to be able to get that burst potential from her Snow Bandit. How are you feeling about the draft that we just saw right there? Doesn't even care. Dear Lord. Just not even. Also, I just need to point this out really quickly. Hold on. Let's go. We're going to jump into this a little early. I love that these teams They all put the same portrait. Like everyone, like I even changed my portrait. All of us are best friend. Just someone send this to Carbot. Clip this and send this to them. There you go. I think this is the dream. Probe draft or wave clear, easy draft win. Zool, I wish. I wish. I'm doing wonderful, Kaleo. Chain people up. Nice, Kappa. What's up, Skipmo? How you doing, bud? Thanks for coming by. All right, we're already here. I pushed the button early, and I wasn't paying attention. I thought we were honestly on the previous scene. Anyways, ProBUs will be on our left-hand side. Tuna Breath is going to be on the Sylvanas. Hung Fu will be on the Stukov. Secret Asian Man will be on the Jaina. We have Dragon on the Joanna and Chaos Tank on the Blaze. Weenus, thank you so much for the 69 bits. I will resend your alert when we get out of this game. But we have Crypto Knight on the right-hand side for the members of Team E-Lite. Delta Sniper is going to be on the Kel'Thuzad. Jingle Jim will be on the Lunara. Ara Luna is going to be on the Malfurion. I bet I said that wrong. And we have Air Maiden? I'm going to go with Air Maiden. Going to be on the Leoric. That's going to be in the bottom lane. That'll be the members of Team E-Lite. ProBUs on the left-hand side. We're going to be just seeing a little setup right now. No one going to be stepping up into each other just yet. They're just kind of seeing, all right, well, how is this Blaze going to play? Actually, I like that. I love that they just did that. That was actually, I think the Blaze was seen in there, and they actually had the danger ping come out from the Leoric sighting saying, you know what, there's a flank from a Blaze potentially coming in. Be careful about that. You don't want to get caught out by that. So it's just, or just the Blaze was potentially rotating in, not a flank. I had my teams backwards in my head right there. But speaking of flanks and just damage overall, this is Dragon taking quite a bit. Crypto Knight needs to get out of here as they make a clean disengage for now. Jumping back into our bottom lane between the solo laners. Go ahead and check that out right there. Weenus, thank you so much. I appreciate it. That's my best guess. Lunara is actually going to be sneaking down. I like this a lot. Lunara being able to sneak down here to be able to grab the Siege Giants is going to be really great for them. They also do have the Sentinel Wisp. I always highlight this just because it's really fun to see how much vision you're going to get. But this right here will show quite a bit. The other thing too is if Chaos Tank kind of rotates to this lower position, they'll have that little red marker over their head signifying that they are in vision of something. And if they are looking at talents and they do see that the Sentinel Wisp is there, they could make that play or at least call out to the friendly team saying, hey, Lunara is on the bottom lane camp. We might be able to rotate down there and take a gank. Or you can play a little more aggressive within the rotation since they won't be there to potentially have a 4v4. You could maybe even capitalize on getting a kill on someone who might be a little too far out or thinking that they didn't realize that Lunara is missing. Either way, gonna continue to see rotations between top and mid. Gonna also have some gems being picked up on both sides. And the main thing here on Tomb of Spider Queen is just early game stacking as well as early game gem collection. You don't want to be stepping too far out, and you don't want to be one missing gems and or even two stepping too far out because you have things like Muradin, Kel'Thuzad, and Malfurion to be able to lock you down, and then you also have the sustained damage from Lunara to really burst you as well. As we are going to progress a little bit further into this, they are going to be going into Nature's Calling at level 4, which allows them to have 125 increased damage. Excuse me, I'm saying that wrong. Nature's Toxin damage is increased by 125% to non-heroic things, so basically structures, web weavers, anything that isn't a hero in the game gets just that extra damage applied to it. Oh, it's Ire. Thank you. Well then, okay. I don't know. Ire Maiden, thank you. Dragon is going to get a Shield Glare Hunter 1. Crypto Knight does have the Dwarf Toss right out of there. We have the Blaze in bottom lane just going to be rotating, looking? No, they're just, I thought they were looking to maybe deposit some gems, but this is just going to be Leoric trying to do some double soak as they are missing out a little bit. They're being forced back in this mid lane. Oh, Delta Sniper almost getting sniped by a couple of the members. If Secret Asian Man was able to get a little extra damage onto them, that Shadow Dagger from the Sylvanas would have been enough to solidify the kill, but neither team going to find a kill just yet. This is going to be Tuna Breath clearing out the Sentinel Wisp, but they do know that they're on this. That's going to be chains coming out from Kel'Thuzad. Really good combo, going to be able to pull them into the Joanna. Root coming out from Ara, just not able to catch anyone as Jingle is trying to get right out of here. Jim should be good. The chains are going to threaten them enough to force them back. And now we're just kind of sitting on who's going to be able to turn in first. Bearded Baron, how you doing, bud? Sorry I missed you earlier. I hope that Carbot sees like 6 of that same clip on Twitter. I really do. Would be some Spooky and Tomb KTZ combos. Oh, that'd be really good. But right now, there's just a little bit of a back and forth. There's just damage being thrown out from Lunara, and Dragon taking the majority of that. That will be Crypto Knight finding a great Storm Bolt onto them as well. Unfortunately, not going to be able to solidify a kill onto the Joanna, as the 7 talent here was reached by the opposing side. 20 gems on the left-hand side turned in. 33 on the right, and it's just, as I said, it's just teams looking to be able to turn in here and potentially look for that first web weaver phase to siege in. Personally, when I'm looking at siege damage, Lunara does hold a lot of it for the right-hand side, but outside of that, I don't really know how much value they're going to get, but I will say Hong Fu getting very low here. I think they have enough health. I don't think the poison damage will be enough to get a kill onto them. They did tap well. Yeah, you can see it. You can see it ticking back and forth. The well was definitely necessary right there, as they almost went down from just that poison damage. But they end up hearthing back. They get their full health bar. They do not have a well for the next 2 minutes in the game, so it's just something to consider. But now we have a little bit of poke onto this as Crypto Knight's trying to turn in the last little bit of gems they need. I believe they actually have the majority for the friendly team. Yeah, because they need 8 overall, and Leor could pick up 2 more within the solo lane matchup between them and Blaze, and I think that actually could easily happen. But they're just kind of going back and forth in that top lane as we are, in the bottom lane, as we are going to jump back into the top lane. A little bit more of an engagement happening between these two teams. And this is just, oh, hold on, chains go out onto one. Not going to be able to get a connection onto the chain as they're trying to pull them in and get another combo. Kel'Thuzad is sitting at 14 out of the 30 stacks necessary. So once they get one more, which is right there, they will have that Glacial Spike up and available, but Delta needs to back out of here before they get picked off. And with that, there should be enough time for them to turn in here. They don't need, like, between Dragon and Secret Asian Man, I think probably Blaze as well, they could just try and find that turn in, but either way, Aura is going to be zoned away by the Joanna here. The Sentinel Wisp is going to be stepping up. Murden Dwarf tosses in, but that might have been a little too much, as that's a lot of damage initially going on to this Murden, who does get picked off in the end. First blood going over to the members of ProBUs, and they also will be finding themselves a Web Weaver on top of this. So for 15 seconds or so, they do have a lot of free push without that Murden trying to, well, I mean, not trying, but the Murden's just gone, so they don't really have anything to 4v4 with, and they don't have anything to kind of tank the damage they need, so they have to play this from a distance. But this rotation is very, very risky. And that was no blessed shield or anything, but that was just super risky if you were body blocked or caught up by anyone, in the burst damage from the Jaina as well as the Sylvanas. That could be something that really, really could have just turned that around. Either way, they're going to step up further. That's a lot of damage initially going on to Delta Sniper, who is going to get a couple more stacks off of this. Should be able to make it out alive, but they are sitting on no mana. Actually going to walk into the enemy team. I think they were just considering about taking the deaths, that way they can get their mana back, but this isn't an ARAM right now. You could have just hearthed away, and I'm not too sure. Might have been pathing, who knows. But one thing that's for sure is we are going to be having the top lane fort going down. Blaze going to be pushing on in through mid. Leorc does clear out the bottom lane, but that's definitely one fort going down and probably a keep front gate. Weenus would catch me saying that. Get those spider butts turned on. I said it and I paused and I was just like, that someone will catch that. Yo, Tall, what's up? You missed the loading screen where both teams picked the same Carbot portrait. That is true. That is something you did miss. That is of note. This is our draft. We do have a Kel'Thuzad here, which is always entertaining. Let's actually cycle through some of the numbers, as we are having people kind of starting to flood on into the stream, get an idea of what these numbers look like, as we are getting into the 11-10 range when it comes to levels, and we both have we see heroics up for both sides. Some buildings fell, some heroes died. I like how it's more of a highlight that Carbot was the portrait for everyone than the actual gameplay itself. It's just like, yeah, this is like, and like we saw some Carbot portraits, and then the game started to happen, so that's whatever. No shade, only the Lord's work done here. I didn't think there was any. I just thought it was funny, because I was just like, of course Venus is going to be the person that catches it. Of course he is. Oh god. Alrighty, we have Web Weavers descending in lane. This is going to be another blue Web Weaver phase for the members of ProBUs, and back-to-back Web Weavers here is huge for a team. Now, they do see that the enemy team is going to be in top lane. Let's actually jump over to their vision right now and just see what they're seeing, so we can get an idea of how they're playing these lanes and why they're making the rotations they're making, as well as look at Dragon's posturing. This is a really, really strong thing for your main tank to be able to do. They're anchoring from the far side of this, so if they do end up rotating in, the friendly team can still push into the front, into that fort right there, and then if that still allows them to kind of back off. So they're just kind of tanking the initial engagement, and oh my god, did they just catch so many people with that Ring of Frost as well as the Blessed Shield out as, oh my god, everything was thrown out so very well, as Ire's going to be going down with some 50 gems. If they can zone these away, this will be huge, and I think they're actually going to be able to do that. Kel'Thuzad did finish Master of the Cold Dark, so Kel'Thuzad does have that full spell power, which is going to be, well, not full spell power, it's not restricted, it's just going to be having the 75% spell power increase after they hit those 30 stacks. And now that they got it, I'm wondering to see if the members of Team E-Lite are going to be really starting to change the momentum in their favor, as Ire needs to get out of there. They're going to be able to back off, and this is going to be the bottom lane keep front gate going down, but I think that's as much value as they get. I know it's a talent tier advantage, but that's a huge Entomb coming out. Kel'Thuzad is going to be trying to throw out the Shadow Fissure, doesn't connect, that's going to be the Liurk going down. The Entomb just wasn't set up properly enough for the friendly team, and they weren't able to capitalize on that. They caught a couple of people with it, but the main damage dealers were dealing with someone else or kind of on the back foot of that fight. So unfortunately, not going to be able to catch anyone with that Entomb. It's a 6-0 game as the members of ProBUs looking to just turn in a few more gems into the bank, nearing about that halfway mark. I think they'll be one shy if I saw that correctly. And now on the side of Team E-Lite, they're looking for 13s, and they're going to be looking for that first web weaver turn in for themselves. You think he played against Hong Fuya the other day? They're really strong players, I'm not gonna lie. ProBUs is a very strong team from what I've seen so far this season. But they're just firing on all cylinders right now. They're looking comfortable. It seems like they have a game plan in mind, and they're not really whomever their shot caller is. They're just following direction very, very well. It's just like, all right, take this fight. All right, back off. Let's go grab boss. After boss, we're just going to be looking to push in top lane potentially because we have bottom lane pressure coming through. Once again, we're going to jump to the vision for the blue team, get an idea of what they're seeing and what they're going to do next to this boss. They can see that this Malfurion and Lunara are in mid. They're missing 3 other players from the enemy team, so they don't know. So now they can see the Kel'Thuzad. So it's little decisions like this that are made. It's just like, all right, well, what do we do now? They themselves are showing through top lane as I do swap the vision over. So they can see this also through the minion wave. So they either have to go and clear bottom lane, or they're going to need to defend this top. I like to play with the Lunara here. She actually has enough for the turn in. Kryptonite, I think, was coming down to just make sure that they weren't going to get harassed or even picked off, but realistically, I think they saw everyone on minimap from the top lane push coming on in. That's going to be keep forfeited. Chains go out from Kel'Thuzad connecting. Boss is still very, very healthy here. They did get the red wave return in. This is going to buy them a little bit of time and a little extra defense as well. Did mid lane? No, mid lane descended too far down the lane. I was thinking that it might crash right here, and that allows them to be able to have a good defense from mid lane and top lane, but no, it just descended too far out. As the sounds comes out from Malfurion, Iron Maiden is able to barely get out of there with some 500 health. Aura is doing their best to stay alive and keep the friendly members alive as this Johanna is chasing them around. That will be the kill going out from them, and we are going to be seeing the members of ProBUs taking game number 1 in a very strong fashion. GG. Well played. Aha gets excited. That makes me nervous. Tornado grease chain? Apparently. Weenus, thank you again for the 69 bits.
Nice work, Bone Daddy.
What is this clip, Kaleo? Of course. Of course. Let me get a message out to one of the teams. Kaleo the best. Weenus, thank you for the 69 bits, bud. God dang it. You're all thank you. You can hear it in my voice when I realize it too. You can definitely hear me realizing that I'm gonna get memed. Where's the captain for the other team? There you are. All right, we got all that out. Let's go ahead and jump back to Bandit Knight. What are you doing there, bud? You're just like 7/8 of the way off the bed. What's up? It's just, it's... He's such a... What are you doing? Is this comfortable? With just your butt on the blanket? Is that comfy for you? Oh god. Alright, we're finding out what map we're going to be going to next in just a second. One team wanted first pick priority. Alright, yeah, they're figuring out what the map pool is going to be, and then we'll go ahead and get ourselves into game number 2 here in just a second. Thanks everyone for hanging out. I really appreciate it. It's always fun to see you all hanging out here. It's always good to see all of your shining faces. And as always, we are working towards that Twitch partner goal. I do want to point out next Monday is birthday day, so we're going to be doing a long stream. I don't have work that day. I took it off. So I'm going to go snowboarding in the morning. I'm probably going to go get some lunch, something yummy. I think there's a burger place I really like, and I think I might go get a burger from them. And then maybe I'll just go get a pizza, actually. Oh, that sounds way better. Anyways, we're gonna try and start streaming around like 1-2 o'clock PST, so that's going to be like 4-5 o'clock EST, and we're gonna stream for a while. We'll probably play some games, and we might probably end up casting some games at night. We'll see where the day takes us. Your dog is so cute. Bandit is he's just such a good boy. He's such a good boy. That's all it is. Aren't you? Let me move the camera so he can move again. You just don't want to be on camera today, do you? There you go, bud. All right. Whew. Mahale, how you doing? I'm wonderful. We had a decent day of work. We're casting some games. Kaleo got some wonderful clips for us. Thank you so much, Kaleo, for posting those in stream as in the Discord as well. Oh. Oops. Okay. All right. I'm just making sure I'm not missing things. We good. We're perfect. Okay. We have our burgers and pizza. Maybe I just... Dear Lord. I just make a burger pizza. See, I told you the moment I move the camera, he's gonna reposition. All right. Team 1. No. Team 2. I wrote things backwards in my notebook. Alrighty. Oh, whoa, really? All right. Yeah. I can't believe you responded to it immediately too. That's so good. Hold on, I need to check this out. Teams are getting in the lobby. That's so cute. Thank you for clipping that, Kaleo. That is so perfect. Thank you so much, Kaleo. That is adorable. All right, we got the last player in here. Let's get the other team in here as well. How old is Bandit? Bandit will be 6 in May. May is the month, not March. I was like, my brain kept saying March, and I was like, that's not right, because it's springtime. We usually go like for a hike and then we go to the beach. I hope he's doing all right. I hope he's not still in the hospital. I hope he's back home recovering. Alrighty. Teams are here. Man, we speed ran game number 1. Like, holy crap. Holy crap. Now he has to promote you getting partnered. That's how it works, right? Exactly, Kaleo. Exactly. That's exactly it. Yeah. But to answer questions from earlier, if I didn't, Bandit is 5 currently. He'll be 6 in the spring. So he's like 5.5-ish now. Maybe a little bit, like 5 and 8 months. Let's see if the teams are ready. Okay. NGS Discord. Make sure I'm in the right channels. Okay. Who's in the hospital? Carbot was. He posted like a day or two ago that he was in the hospital. Alrighty, let's go ahead and get on into it. Game number 2 of our first best of 3 of the evening. We're going to be heading on over to Volskaya Foundry. Welcome, everyone. Welcome back to the Nexus Gaming series. My name is Bahamut. I will be your captain, your caster, your best friend. No, your second best friend, probably. Carbot's your first. We will be going to Volskaya Foundry as our game number 2, and I'm sure you're all sitting at home wondering why we're on Volskaya and who are these teams, and let me get you updated on why we're on Volskaya first. The home team this evening is going to be the members of ProBUs. They lost the coin flip, giving first pick or map pick priority in game number 1 over to Team E-Lite. Team E-Lite opted for map pick priority, giving them the ban initiative, so they banned out Braxis, as well as Cursed Hollow. Dragonshire and Sky Temple will be banned out by the members of ProBUs. Tomb of Spider Queen was picked by the members of Team E-Lite, but won by the members of ProBUs. They opted for first pick priority in game number 2 on the side of Team E-Lite, as the loser has that choice. So ProBUs will be choosing to take us to Volskaya Foundry, as I did not update this quick enough. There we go. But that is going to be your map draft. As let's actually get into the main draft, as we are going to be seeing an Ana being banned out, an Anduin Sylvanas being removed as well. I don't know what these teams are saying to each other in draft chat, but yeah. Cat Peach, how you doing? Good casting last night, by the way. I hope you're doing well. I know it was a bit late for you. I know that feeling. Like, I know that feeling where you're just like, it's game 3 and it's 9:30. Like, I love this game. I love these teams. I'm not complaining, but like, I'm tired. It is complaining, but at the same time, it's just like, I get that feeling. You're just like, we're in game 3. You're my last one. Let's go. So Alarak will be our first pick here on the right-hand side. There was a Joanna ban as well. Volskaya Foundry works not in the same way, but is very similar to how Team of Spider Queen has top to mid rotations with a solo lane that's very isolated, but that solo lane does get swapped out on when you do have the first objective phase pop up. We are seeing the members of ProBUs opting for a first pick on the Lunara, but they're going to go ahead and grab that Stukov once again. Hung Fu on the Stukov in the last game was really, really good and really just well-timed on a lot of his pustule executions, as well as just his overall positioning and the lurking arms that he threw out with the combo of the not fetid touch, but it's the weighted pustule, so you get that silence on, or excuse me, I believe he was getting roots onto people with that one. I feel like I'm wrong on that, but no, I think he got some roots with that combo right there. But Greymane, Decker Kane will be picked up for the members of Team E-Lite, and that makes a lot of sense. That definitely makes a lot of sense. You have strong rotations from that. You can use the Emerald from the Deckard Kane to mitigate healing coming out from the Stukov. It's a little difficult, but if you are able to see that kind of green glow and throw that emerald out, you can deny the pustule pop values, so you can mitigate that healing, and then Greymane and Alarak might be able to capitalize onto that one. So much early Lunara. Yeah, I think it's a comfort. Like, I think it's a range comfort that's strong. And it's like in comparison, I think if you're looking at just like range damage that's auto attack based ish, let's compare Hanzo to Lunara. Hanzo is way stronger, but Lunara is a lot easier to play. And I'm not saying like it's ease. Like me myself, I would probably in these situations look to play Lunara. But the Hanzo poke potential, the wave clear that he can bring into the table, his Sonic Arrow, his ultimate, like a lot of those really kind of, it's like the conversation I have with a lot of friends. They're like, you know, Azmodan can work on a lot of maps like Infernal Shrines because you can clear shrines, but there's things like Kael'thas, Jaina, Gul'dan, all of those do it better. So it's one of those things, like, if that's the argument, it's just like, well, which of them do it better? And Hanzo is kind of that hero, but We won't stick on that too much, as we are going to be seeing a Kael'thas Mal'Ganis being picked up, so I just want to make sure that I let the team know that there is going to be Mal'Ganis Winged Guard is globally banned, so just at least they know, just that I just want to be clear is now. Still dealing with plumbing problems? Oh no, I'm sorry about that. What, Zool rules? Like, it's the truth though. Like, I think that Hanzo is more difficult to play because he's very skill shot based. Look at his Q and look at his W. Both of those are insanely skilled. Like, the scatter arrow was probably one of the most difficult things for me to learn in this game, just because of it's just that geometry of how it's gonna bounce off the wall. Sounds horribly unfun. My condolences. Lunara's harass and lane control, I'd argue, is a lot better due to her poison. It causes panic when you try and duel her, in my opinion. Anyways, that's fair, Cannibal. That's definitely fair. The poison damage over time can be difficult to deal with depending on what healer you have. Something like an Uther has traditionally always struggled with dealing with damage over time. Decker Kane, I don't think that they're going to struggle here. We might see if they're choked out on mana and they can't throw out any potions. I think, yeah, definitely the Lunara can really get some value. And You make good points because her wave clear baseline is better than Hanzo. Hanzo has to pick up talents to make him actually have wave clear, for example, explosive arrow at level 4. So I do agree with you, but it's when you get into the later team fights, Hanzo's damage and his poke, I think, really starts to just shift away, and not shift away, but shift ahead of Lunara. It's much like Greymane versus Vala on Battlefield of Eternity. Both of them are insanely strong for racing. This is pre-Hanzo. Like, we're talking, you know, just the comparison of, like, Vala used to be one, and then Greymane was the other, and then, you know, you had things like Malthea and stuff like added in. But Vala scales over time very, very well. Greymane baseline starts strong and just keeps scaling up and up and up. So that's kind of how I look at it. It's just like one of those things like, yeah, they both have their value, but it's also you have to consider the late game. But my rant aside, let's get into the game that we do have in front of us. We have ProBUs on the left-hand side, up 1 in our best of 3 series. We have Tuna Breath going to be on the Lunara. We have Secret Asian Man going to be on the Kael'thas. Hong Fu is going to be on the Stukov. Dragon going to be on the Mal'Ganis, and Chaos Tank on the Blaze. On the right-hand side, we got the members of Team E-Lite. We do have them down 1, but they can bring it back with this Diva composition that I did not talk about whatsoever. This is going to be Iron Maiden on the Diva. Crypto Knight will be on the Arthas. Delta Sniper is going to be on the Alarak. We have Ara on the Deckard Cain, and Jin Jingle going to be on the Greymane. Lunar is much more mechanically difficult than Hanzo. Come on now. Huh? I don't want to steal Bahamut's Tsukiura until I get smarter, then I'll steal everything. Cappy, the best. Try Leaping Strike over Core, 10 out of 10 for different. Okay, come on, Kaleo. That actually is really difficult. Like, I try and do that all the time, and it is not an easy task to land on top of that core when you are trying to get out there. But holy crap, did Team E-Lite shred through the health of Secret Asian Man. They didn't find a kill, but dang near almost did, as they also do have this Alarak going into the Extended Lightning at level 1. Yes. And that is going to be the reason you're seeing the sadism at 90 instead of 100 is because of the fact that this does reduce your sadism by 10. But when you get through all 3 of the rewards, so basically after hitting 3 heroes at the center of a single cast, you get your 10% not reduced, given back to you. So you go back up to that 100, but you are going to be also having increased damage and that slow coming out from the Extended Lightning consistently. Whoa, no, thank you so much for these 6 months of tier 1 support. I will resend your alert when we get out of this game. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Half a year, my friend. I really, really appreciate that. Later, Hanzo's burst is far superior for sure. He's able to just one-tap certain situations, and Lunara has an ult that can do that. Exactly, Cannibal. Yeah, they both have their merits. It's just, I think when it comes down to, like, when you're looking at the two of them, Lunara is going to be a lot easier to just have exponential gains with, and that's what we're seeing right here. You are seeing a lot of them very low because they're spreading a lot of damage between the Kael'thas Chain Bomb as well as the Lunara poison damage. And if we're also talking about Division D meta versus, you know, most other metas. I mean, I keep saying most, or I'm saying most other because it changes per rank, but I feel like most of the time we're talking about heroic when we talk about meta at least, or at least, you know, S division or just whatever kind of our top tier currently is. So It's just there's a lot of opportunity for both, but drive by reminder to give Bandit pats. I will, Eloquent. How you doing, Bambi? Thank you so much for coming by. I read the first part of your name and I was like, wait a minute, no. And Buttspot is somehow kicking into you. Day is here as well. How are you all doing? If you haven't watched Bambi play Hunt Showdown, it's quite entertaining. Aim Lord. Buggy, yeah. Go watch her Aim Lord in Hunt Showdown. It's quite entertaining, and then her Yakuza streams that speaks for itself. They're just a riot. Go watch them. And then, if you all missed it, I was over on Daystream on Sunday, and we were playing We Were Here, and it was quite entertaining. You should go watch the VOD and watch me have panic attacks consistently. This is going to be our first objective popping up, and it will be in favor for Team E-Lite. They are going to be having initial charge in their favor, but I'm assuming that we will see ProBUs try and step up onto this with the 7 talent tier. That's the reason why they haven't jumped on this just yet, going to mostly be because of the fact that they are just a sliver away from being able to grab that, and with the D.Va just sitting on the edge of this, they're going to be forced away. It's just just full boost away. Just like, you know what, Mal'Ganis, no, I'm not even gonna just sit around and dawdle a little bit. Just gonna be boosting right out of there. Don't even want it. But thank you for coming by, Bambi. Thank you. I hope your pizza was delicious. This is an awfully large chat for only 2 viewers. It's just counting Bandit and me. I only let you die once. Yeah. I didn't leave you behind or anything. Nah. God gamers. Oh, see if these would be very fun, as we do have an engagement popping off right here, and this is going to be the big contest over the point, because whoever wins this should be able to grab first Triglap Protector. D.Va going to be popping the bomb at the last second. Kael'thas trying to find their way out. Doesn't get hit by that explosion, but just on the heels of them, as this is a lot of damage coming in from Dragon. A couple members are getting shredded right here as the Biotic Emitter will be out, and in favor for the members of ProBUs. They will be able to hold over this point, and control point A is looking like it's going to be going over to the members of ProBUs. But I will say this, I was saying this is going to be whoever wins this gets the Triglap Protector. Arthas is up in 7 seconds, and they only lost the Jingle Jim. Really good. Wait. The really good telekinesis from Delta Sniper, but unfortunately the chain bomb does explode right at the end, so it does find that last little bit of damage onto Greymane. I bet it was like 1 or 2 overkill. Like, it was nothing. Secretly, we are all advanced AI built by Bahamut, designed to talk to him so it doesn't feel lonely. Okay, well, one of you is learning a little too much, and we're gonna have to change some programming. Good night, Bambi. Thank you for coming by. Have a wonderful day. Yes. Let's talk deets. Twitch is a dead platform. I don't know about that one there. We robots. Oh God. Thank you all for being here. Thanks for hanging out. I don't know why it's bugged out. I have no idea what my viewership actually is, because I always turn it off, but this is going to be Power Glove forcing the Crypto Knight away, as they are just going to be able to siege in through top lane consistently. We do have a great telekinesis coming in. I was going to say condemn, but either way, they're going to be pulling in Hong Fu. Not going to be able to find a kill just yet. They're chasing into this, but a little too far as the Night Rush comes out, connects onto one. Going to get another one of those potions out for Crypto Knight. They are going to be able to split away. No one going down, but 10 talent here has been found by the members of our blue team. And while they have their 10 talent here, let's go ahead and just cycle through some of the other numbers. Nothing too out of the ordinary coming out from these players. It's not like we have a dark conversion or anything. It's just going to be carry and swarm with a bunker, flailing swipe, a phoenix, as well as the leaping strikes from the Lunara. Just programmed to be assessed with butts. I feel like, yeah, exactly. Everyone has 0 on my list. Oh, okay. So yeah, it's okay. Oh man, I hope that my stats won't get jacked by this. Hey, we heard you're looking for a partner and you need 75 average viewers. Well, our thing bugged out, but you average 0 viewers, so good luck building back your viewership. Yeah, hello fellow humans. Yes, everyone's fellow humans here. I'm even fellow human. This is going to be our 10s up. Syndragosa was picked up by the Arthas as well, so they will be able to have that to siege in further. I kind of like it, but at the same time, Army of the Dead has such sustainability, and when you're having all of these points that are going to be dragged out engagements, you do need that extra sustainability. Speaking of sustainability, or just in speaking of just Alarak, as I was staring at them, what are they looking at when it comes to their actual questing talents, as well as what are they doing for sadism? So they've actually reduced their sadism twice, but they finished out extended lightning at level 1 already. They went for that applied force at level 7, which gives you the extended range, and I believe push. Yeah. 20% further and 20% range, but you are reducing your sadism by 10%. So they do trade out kind of level 1 for level 7. That's actually really good timing to finish out that level 1 already, so that you're not down 80%. I feel like I see a lot of Alaraks go this build, but don't finish out that level 1 talent immediately, as control point B isn't open, but that's going to be a carrion swarm, and that they're going to find themselves a Decker Cane. Cinder Gosa comes out, but it won't be connecting onto many, if any, and that's going to be Crypto Knight a little too low as they push in through top lane. This is going to be second objective, initially controlled by the members of ProBUs, as Team E-Lite find themselves down a talent tier, as well as a level. Whew. The way Twitch handles it when the site is buggy is not ideal. Just doing day clap over my head, that's it. We'll see. Great telekinesis coming out from Alarak. They actually used the Counter-Strike to make sure that if anyone did step up into them, they would be at least getting some burst damage against them. That save onto the fort right there is huge. They do have channel for a couple seconds. The dragon is going to say oops right there, but that is going to be 3 sadism for the Alarak, as they did pick up 3 from that. I believe it's 3 from a kill. They didn't go into show of force at level 4, so they only have kill potential as sadism, and they could pick up some later talents that can build up their sadism as well. I'm just looking at this one. So this is just an uncapped quest where you can just permanently increase the bonus damage by 4% every single time you hit someone. Okay. There's better talent. Gain insta point control rather than CC train from the red team. But my whole, the way that I look at it then, which you're not wrong at all, it's just you no longer now have, you don't have Cinder Gosa for what, 120 seconds? 100 seconds, and typically you want to use that as a siege tool so that way you can get more value. But anyways, D.Va's going to be using her Mecha Explosion. They will find an initial kill onto Blaze, so that's 1 kill in favor for ProBUs. The Cinder Gosa will be coming out, Carrion Swarm coming through, the Stay Wild and Listen will be there. Unfortunately, that will be the old man getting picked off. Leaping Strike to the far side. They do end up getting the Triglav Protector, so they're going to put 1 in. Crypto Knight needs to find themselves a potion as they manage to pick up that 1 from Decker Cane. They both get into the Triglav Protector, and they do have Dragon on the far side here, but I don't think they have enough damage to get the kill onto them, so they're just going to work their way through this top lane well. I think they have to back off after this well, though. I don't think they can't push up for the fort whatsoever. They actually dropped the biotic emitter here, so I think they're just saying that they're committed to the push through top lane. That way when the Triglav Protector does fall, they still have some healing, but it was a little early onto that one. Either way, Triglav Protector is committed to top lane, and this is where a Cinder Ghost would be super helpful. Leaping Strike coming out from Lunara. This is a lot of damage onto Crypto Knight. There's the last Leaping Strike. Tuna Breath on the far side of this, but there's just nothing that they can use on the Alarak, and they end up going down. Sadism reset. They did have a couple of stacks on that. That will be D.Va Mech going down as well. Get a potion from the Deckard Cane, but this is going to be 16 talent here around in the corner in favor for the members of ProBUs as they pick themselves up a biotic emitter for the next engagement. And Kael'Thas is just gonna Phoenix, but the Phoenix is gonna focus on the wave. Okay, there you go. Wait, Phoenix. Phoenix, please. That didn't get it. The fort's got 486 health. Oh, if only it had 66 less health. Then we could have better memes. Just gonna pull them in here and get a little bit of poke. What did they go into at level? Blade of the High Lord. Basic attacks against heroes increase sadism by 2% and stacking up to 40. So, just gonna get autos against enemy heroes, which as we get into, this is a brawly based map, this makes a lot of sense. You're going to be auto attacking into quite a few enemy heroes consistently, but now they're gonna group up as 5 and they're gonna rotate around the map, making sure they're not gonna miss out on any experience, as well as they're going to be making sure that they don't get ganked in any way, shape, or form. They're thinking about that. They were thinking about that bottom lane push there for a second. I think they're going to go back and just say, we need to look for 16 talent here. If we were to push into bottom lane, we'd be giving them an opportunity to flank into us and then potentially take a fight while they still have the talent tier advantage. So D.Va going to go up to top lane a little bit faster, just make sure that that doesn't crash in anywhere near the fort. There is, I think there's a little bit of a ballet right there as they see each other, and they were thinking like, oh, we can push into them. They don't have 16, but that does hit right now, and this is even talent tiers. We could be seeing another brawl break out between these two teams. Looking for the lockdown with Crypto Knight. Delta does get a telekinesis onto one. Kael'thas does have the second flame strike coming through. And Day, thank you for gifting a sub to Zool Rules. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I really appreciate that, Day. Zool, enjoy your Asmopogs, your Finger Guns, your Baja Rages, and your Gilded Beard and Shadows. The Night Rush comes out from Dragon, looking to lock down one. D.Va going to be using the Absorption for now. There's going to be a Phoenix out from the Kael'thas, boosting right out of there, away from the friendly team. That's going to be Crypto Knight in a bit of a rough spot. I don't think they're able to get out of here. Healing from Decker Kane was good for a little bit. They do end up getting a potion from Delta Sniper, but I think that's going to be... Oh, Counter-Strike comes out. Unfortunately, they won't be able to get a kill with that one. So 2 go down, and Control Point C opens up in 13 seconds with 40 seconds on average for these two players. Well, more like 30-ish, but still. That is a rough go right there. Oh, and Capiche got one of the branch hands. Those are the best. You need to get, like, if you haven't gotten both of the branch hands, they're very, very good because they work with, like, anything. Like the shrugging branch hands, you put those on the side of anything, it's just perfect. It's just chef kiss, that's all it is. Control point currently in favor for Dragon. Secret Asian Man going to be just floating around with Chaos Tank. This is going to be Greymane rotating over into top lane. We're just kind of waiting here. It's a slow burn. Oh, telekinesis to... Oh, wait, D.Va, do you get the... Oh, I thought she was going to get it right there, but they don't end up grabbing it. Jet propulsion from the Blaze. That's so much damage onto the mech form from D.Va. Stay a while and listen's going to be huge. D.Va does poke out to get some cooldown reduction on her mech form. This is Control Point C being delayed out. No 20 talent tier on either side. Jingle Jim will get scouted out by that Sentinel Wisp right there. Actually, just Sentinel Wisp. 38 stacks on the Kael'thas, by the way. 570 bonus mana. They currently have an Arcane Barrier that is worth 1,250. That Arcane Barrier is quite strong for that Kael'thas. Let me find some of that questing talent, as we are going to be seeing these teams brawl it out. Let's actually pull away the talents and see this entire battle as it starts to break out. Cinder Ghost is initially going to be coming out. A lot of damage going to be going into Stukov. That's a really good dive as they do jump into the bunker. They need to focus on that. That is going to be the D.Va mech explosion. If they can get the bunker down right as it explodes, they find themselves a Stukov kill. Crypto Knight very low here. He's not going to have any sustainability as they end up going down, so they trade out the Stukov for the Arthas. This is Delta Sniper taking quite a bit. There is going to be a Counter-Strike going into Chaos Tank. Delta Sniper way too low, does end up going down, but the D.Va is going to be able to find a kill onto Blaze. They're trading back and forth here as R is trying to find a way out, the conveyor belt being too much of a nuisance as Greymane was thrown, I think pushed away by the Lunara, and now we have Iris trying to do their best. Greymane dives in onto Secret Asian Man. I don't think they're going to get the value they're looking for as the chain bomb will spread. Actually, they end up getting that kill right there, but Iris is going to be going down, and what an amazing back and forth. The end of it all will be a Triglav Protector for ProBUs. Both members that are still alive will jump in that, and I think they'll be easily able to confirm a fort, probably a keep front gate, but that's probably about it with this Triglav Protector. They already have the Arthas back up in 5, and they have Alarak up in 14, so maybe they confirm a little bit more than the keep front gate. Maybe they actually get a little damage on the keep, but I think they should be able to save this for the bottom lane. Day, thank you for the 300 bits, holy crap, and Carpe Phyllis, thank you for the resubscription for 7 months, my friends. Thank you so much, Carpe Phyllis. I hope you're having a wonderful night. Thank you for the resubscription, and thank you for the 7 months of support. I can't thank you. Oh my god, chat, you're beautiful this evening. Thank you for being here, and thanks for supporting stream. Conveyor Belt of Doom? Seriously. No branch hands yet. Carpet Phyllis and Day have it with the Baja Rage, and that is so very perfect. Oh, that worked out so well for them. All right, let's pull back the talents really quickly. I want to look at Alarak's sadism, see what they were able to build back up when they got back to life. So it's going to be Blade of the High Lord is what's really bringing them back into this. And I believe that stacks up to 40 total. 40% total. So they could be looking at 130 sadism just totaled out from that, and then they can build another 30 on top of that from heroic deaths, getting 3% every heroic kill. Now, this is Ire taking a little bit of damage. Actually, one thing I was wondering if they were actually going to be going into the talent. I don't know what it is off the top of my head, but it's the green one where when a friendly member dies, you get stacks. Does the Diva mech count for that? Because it does have a little death thingy on the left-hand side, or I think it's the left-hand side. It has a little death call out. It doesn't have a questing talent. There we go. So I wonder, like, would you actually be able to stack off of that, like? And then Diva she did go into big shot, so she does get cooldown reduction, I believe, on her mech form from that. Yeah, 8 seconds for each hero hit. The Asmopog with the arms is so good. C stands for Clown Fiesta. Wait. Why C? What do you mean, Wono? I'm confused. The Diva mech would count for that? Oh, dang. How you doing, Nectar? Good to see. I think as well. Like, I'm not 100% sure. Like, I said it and I was like, yeah, it would count as a thing, but I'm like, well, that would be a little. I feel like that'd be exploitable, to a sense, or to a degree. Also, I want to point out the fact that we are going to be getting into 20 talent tiers for both these teams, and we still have keeps up on both sides. Forts are actually still up on the side for ProBUs, but I think they're going to try and make quick work of one of these as they are setting up for a potential invade. Ara's very far forward there for a second, but they are going to be having the Sentinel Wisp scouting out this entire time, so they knew that they were trying to step up onto this. Blaze with a huge jet propulsion that's going to be Diva mech exploding, zoning the enemy team back. That's going to be, oh my god, such an amazing telekinesis, but that ends up hitting the Mal'Ganis as well as the Blaze, and they don't really take too much damage from that mech explosion overall. They themselves are getting very low. Kryptonite is so low in this engagement. The leaping strikes are coming out from Lunara, but the High Lord is looking to get a kill onto a couple members. They end up going into the bunker and able to get out of there. They end up losing their Arthas and all of this. Look at the deadly strike. They're thinking about it. They were thinking about jumping onto one of the enemy players, but they don't end up doing so. They might actually have to use it here. Very good telekinesis coming out from Delta Sniper. Slow's coming out as well. There's the deadly charge to get them out of there. Stay a while and listen from the Decker Kane. The extended lightning almost waking people up, but Decker Kane needs to get out of here. Is there another telekinesis to keep them alive? Okay, they're going to be fine. They only lose the Arthas. Whew. Diva also wanted to mecha fall at level 20. Which is just, I feel like I did this in a brawl not too long ago, and I felt like I was just trolling the entire time with it, because it was just like, I'm gonna lose my mech big shot, and then get it back and just dump this on top of your head every single time. I don't believe because it's not a hero, it would be like old Tyke Assault, but it had 2 HP bars. Okay. It resets Ming's CD, so maybe? Pretty sure Diva mech counts as Butcher Meat too. It counts as the same as Amisha. You missed the question. So the question that I'm posing to chat is there's a level 13 talent for Alarak, and I can't remember the name of it, but it's the green one. And when a friendly hero dies, you get, I believe, 3% sadism for that one, much like how when a hero dies, you get 3% sadism from that up to 30%. I don't know what the other one's capped at, but what I was asking is, can you basically exploit the fact that Diva has big shot, lose the mech, have her back off, use the big shot, get it back, then basically all you're doing is you're feeding with the mech, and you're constantly getting that up. I know it takes a little bit longer than how I'm explaining it, but that is a 13 talent tier that you could have had for 7 levels at this point, scaling that level 13 up. So it's scaling up from level 13. So it's just something that I was posing to check because I was curious about how that interaction works. But oh my god, the Alarak is taking so much damage. Counter-Strike's going to be coming out to buy them a little bit of time. Cinder Ghost came out as well. That's going to be the Curse Bolt onto Chaos Jungle, or excuse me, Chaos Tank, as they are able to jump in the bunker and get out. That's going to be Greymane going down. 2 members go down, and they realize they need to back out of here, as this is a control point A Triglav Protector. This is the 4th one of the game. We are 20-some minutes in this game number 2, and the members of Team E-Lite are trying to keep themselves afloat here, as this looks like Lunar and friends want to just end the game through bottom. They don't care about the Triglav Protector. They say, you have 2 dead, you have a Diva, a Deckard Cain, and an Arthas. How are you going to deal with Lunar's poison damage as well as our double turrets, our Kael'thas, and I'm not too sure myself, team, but Diva does have a mecha explosion that is brewing. Flailing Swipe already came out. I think there's one more Flailing Swipe, so once that actually ends up it actually doesn't matter because the core goes down, and that's going to be game number 2 going over to the members of ProBUs. GG. Well played. The Diva mech does not count as meat. But Ektar's saying that it does. Who can I believe anymore? The chat's full of bots. I don't know if I'm real. Hold on, we have a bunch of things that we need to resend here. Because y'all beautiful people. You're supporting stream.
I will follow you to the end of the world. Subscribe.
Half a year, BB less than 3.
Hello. Hello.
Alrighty. Let's go ahead and find out who wants to do the interview. Let's show talents as well.
I will follow you to the end of the world. Subscribe.
Rip stacks.
Rip stacks.
Thank you.
For the emotes.
For the emotes, for the bandit pets. Alright. Alright, this is for Bambi. Bandit pets. Alright. Alright. Alright, alright, alright. At this time, we are going to be joined by the captain of ProBUs. How you feeling after your 2-0 victory?
I'm feeling pretty good, thank you.
Now, your team is on a roll right now. You guys haven't dropped a game yet, have you?
We dropped one. So we're 4-1 on the season right now.
Yeah, but I don't think it happened on my stream, so you haven't dropped a game. You're undefeated. How does it feel? But no, I mean, coming into the season, like sitting where you're sitting with the momentum you have behind you, how do you feel as a team? Because I know we're only in like week number 2, but do you feel like the team's really already hitting all of its strides? And do you think you're only going to be going up from here? Or do you think there's a lot to work on still?
I think the thing, well, there's always more to work on. We're kind of never done with that. But in regards to where we are today, I think particularly when we go and we look back at season 6 and our performance that we had throughout that year, it was a very good season. It was a very memorable season for us, but I think we've had a great opportunity to really kind of diversify and develop as a team, become a little bit more flexible on each one of our roles, a little bit more synergistic with our play and our team fight. So yeah, I would say, yeah, we're feeling good right now.
I mean, I gotta be honest, those games looked really strong from all of you. Now, going into game number 1, they had the Kel'Thuzad against you, and that's typically a hero that when it scales, it really starts to get really scary. Was that something you were worried about? Were you saying that you need to play around that? Can you discuss like how you went into a Kel'Thuzad? Because there is definitely a different dynamic that players bring in against that hero.
Yeah, yes, Delta Sniper was in the back of our minds at every moment of both of these matches. We do our homework like any good NGS squad, and he is a phenomenal player. Really stands out on those skill-based assassins, and so whenever a guy like that gets a hero like that, you have to kind of have that in your back of your mind. I think we played it really well. We were very cognizant of our chains and doing everything we could at each time to sort of minimize their impact, minimize their stacking.
Follow you.
You minimize like a lot of what they were actually able to bring to the table with that, because I think there were a lot of moments where the chains went out, they had the combos, but there wasn't any follow up because you were either so far away or just they weren't able to capitalize because there was someone else zoning the enemy team away. Going into game number 2, well, Sky Foundry, there's a lot of back and forth. They started to get some picks on you. Did you feel like the team started to unravel a little bit and you had to bring it back, or was it just misplays and you knew that it was a misplay and you just had to kind of recover from it?
Misplay and recover. I had an absolute brain dead moment for myself there, getting killed by Fort in top lane, and
Oops.
Oops. Yeah, really sorry. That's 100% on me, just failing the accountability check and giving them a window to get into it. And it was just recover from that, play clean, don't take bad fights. It was a lot of that conversation was going on from then on out to just make sure that we didn't get tilted, make sure that we didn't press.
You guys actually did a really, really good job of just not getting tilted, because that is definitely a hard thing in those situations to actually recover from. Like, if you start to lose out on simple things, you're just like, oh god, I'm making stupid misplays, and then you start to beat yourself up, and the enemy team just steamrolls you into a game 3. So it was good on all of you to be able to bring it back. But before I let you run out of here, any shoutouts that you'd like to give? The floor is all yours.
Definitely a huge shout out to my team. Shout out to Chaos, Secret Asian Man, Hung Fu, and Tuna B. Played great games tonight. Shout out to Aruba on the bench today, playing moral support, but always a valued member of the team. Shout out to all of our friends in NGS. Shout out to all of our friends who tune into the cast. And shout out to you. Shout out to E-Lite for sure. You know, like I said, we did our homework, and I think anyone who's doing their homework on E-Lite right now is kind of, I'd say that they're surprised. I mean, they are in a good way. They're strong. They're a very, very strong team for a new NGS squad. I kind of expect strong things from them throughout the year.
Oh, I'm excited to see them further down the season, as well as your own team. But thank you so much for the interview. Thank you so much for the games. And you have a wonderful night. Congratulations on your victory. I'll see you further down in the season.